Very
Oh,
good. Then we're live.
here we are. We got big bad Bobby in the house. How's it going, Bobby?
Oh, pretty good. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. For those of you that are in the chat, we got the first one. We got Voodoo Doll Royals. Tara, thanks for coming by. Yeah, it looks like tonight we've got Jamie's got some family in town. Holly's sick. She's claiming she's sick. You know, we'll see what she's really up to. Rafi's, I don't know. Rafi's been traveling all over the place, all over the world. So he probably has no idea what day it is or what time it is or anything. He usually can't figure out what day it is anyway. There's Holly. Where you at, Holly? What are you doing? Playing hooky, I see.
She got a sore throat.
Yeah, I got a sore throat. Yeah, I don't know why I'm even putting this up there. That's not true. Everybody knows that's a lie. So, what's new, Bobby? How you guys been?
Oh, not much. Just went to school last week and then back to work this week. Learning a new deal in plumbing and backflow prevention testing. Learning.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got to watch that backflow.
Yep. So there's actually things that I've worked on all my career that I really didn't know how they worked. I just threw parts at them and hoped it fixed it. And now I actually know, what I'm looking for and what to do, what not to do.
Right on. Yeah, it's always good to keep that continuing education going on. Now, if I remember correctly, switching gears here because my ADHD is what it is. Going from backflow to being in the hospital.
Yeah, I was actually.
You were recently in the hospital because you got bit by a venomous ball python, right?
Yeah, there was a spot on my hand, and it just like the bottom almost completely closed up, but I think there was a fang stuck in some, and it was it looked like a mushroom on top of my hand.
Yeah.
And finally we just bit the bullet and went to the emergency one night. And after I went and seen a doctor, and, he's like, hey, just, I'm on call this weekend. Just come in. I'll let everybody know that you're coming, and we'll admit you and then, get you in surgery and, get you out instead of having you, go through a specialist or something like that. And he's like, so they took me in, and I remember them when I was, waiting to go in as they're doing the pre-op stuff. They were like, okay, we're going to give you this. It's going to make you feel like you're a little drunk. But I remember that. And then I remember them saying, okay, we're going to give you the sleepy time medicine now. And then the next thing I knew, I was waking up. And
so you did have surgery, huh?
Like, okay, you're in the recovery room, open your mouth. And then they took that, deal out, and I looked down and my hand was all bandaged up, and I was like, wow, I don't remember anything. This is cool.
Geez, that seems a little like overkill. I mean, I could have done that for you in your garage without any kind of anesthesia or anything.
Yeah.
It would have been more memorable too. I mean, you would have had that memory.
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it was
right on. So I guess that leads us into, what are we doing this week?
It's snakes, mistakes, and poor life choices.
Snakes, mistakes, and poor life choices.
Yeah.
Oh,
a little, we can do a round robin. People in the chat can chime in, but she had the first question is worst purchase you ever made in reptiles?
Oh, in reptiles. Oh, okay. I was going to say that's a broad topic. Worst purchase in reptiles. Well, for me, I don't know which one's the worst one yet because I've bought some expensive snakes. So a lot of that is TBD. I would say the most the purchases that have made me a little sick to my stomach have had to date are the dwarf Burmese pythons, because they're $4,000 a pop.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they're mistakes yet. They're costly, I know that. But I don't know about a mistake. I mean, as far as the ball pythons go, I kind of stuck to, I put a cap on like a certain price per ball python. I wasn't going to go over that.
Yeah.
Because for me, I look at the ball pythons and they depreciate over time, right? So
Right.
the snakes themselves are really common and they're makeable, but the gene combos, at least when they're new, are rare, and when they become less rare, they drop in value. So
yeah.
So for me, not too big huge mistakes yet. We'll see. There's a lot ahead of me. But for you guys, Holly says hidden gene Woma was your biggest mistake. Now, why is that a mistake? Just because of some of the issues with it, or what?
Well, she ended up being our Partho clutch this year that we had.
Okay.
And, I mean, it was bad.
So that's what she's saying.
I think we ended up losing every single one out of that clutch.
Okay.
We hatched 4 or 5, and within, I think the next day, a couple of them were dead, and then they just kept dropping off, and we ended up losing the entire clutch.
Well, I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, you guys could have made some much bigger mistakes.
Oh yeah, sure. We've been really fortunate in as far as that goes. Holly has done really good about doing her research and and us making sure we stay within a certain we're not going to go, like you said, we're not going to go over this and then trying to build onto it from there. And
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Brotherhood of Exotic Morph says getting too many before having a plan in place.
Yeah,
right, they're like Pokemon. You got to collect each one.
Yeah,
you got to get them all.
I think we went from 2 to 40 in a matter of like 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
There's some people that ended up with 100 snakes their first year of breeding. For me, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, so I bought slow. Like I figured out what codoms or incomplete dominance I wanted to work with pretty quick. One made it; she gave it away. Yeah. And but it took me a while to figure out what recessives I wanted to work with. So the snakes that I did buy that had the incomplete dominance that I liked, I didn't buy any snakes for the hets because I didn't trust. I don't necessarily trust what I can't see. And I would say about half the snakes that I bought that have claims to have hets, when I've panel tested them, they didn't have them.
Yeah.
So, I didn't buy them for the hets anyway. So fortunately that was not really a big deal, but, yeah, it took me a while to figure out the recessive. So I bought slow. Now I've figured that out, right? So I'm all in on tri-stripe. So, and I'm coupling that with Monarch and Lavender. I think that those guys I think a blackhead Monarch Lavender or blackhead Monarch tri-stripe would look pretty sharp, and a blackhead Lavender tri-stripe would look pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Brotherhood says went from 3 to 48 snakes in 8 months. Now he's under 25 till he get a clutch. So yeah, I think you got to go through that a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what it is that you want and then pare things down. I mean, I'm paring down some on my balls now that I've become more focused. So send him away. I have plans for him, not the ones that you think. You better continue to identify as a male because I need him to be a male. Paris is not keeping ahead on purchasing racks. What do you mean by that? You end up with more snakes than you have rack space for, and now you're scrambling? I think that's what you mean, Tara.
Yeah, we did. We went to that one time. We went to a snake show, and I think that might have been when we only had just the one or two, but we bought. I don't remember exactly how many that show, but we were on like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace at the end of the show looking for a rack, and luckily we actually ended up finding one and going and picking it up, or else we wouldn't have had any place to put them when we got home.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, Tara says grow out size for the rack. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, you gotta have some place to put the babies. That's for sure. That's for sure. So let's see. You got anybody else? So we covered some of the basics here. Growing a little too fast before you figure out what exactly it is you're going to be working on. I think that's where getting into a good Patreon helps, because you can talk to people that have gone through that already, and they can kind of coach you a little bit if you're in a good one.
Oh, absolutely.
That's for sure. So what do we got for our next question?
What's the next question? Let's see here. What is your biggest breeding mistake?
Biggest breeding mistake. What do you got, Bobby? Holly in the chat. What's the biggest? I'm going to eat a little bit here, guys. Apologize.
I'm not sure. Outside of that Partho clutch, we've had some like really good clutches. Only one I can think of is maybe the one time when we kind of started swapping out males, and then whenever we got the clutch finally and they hatched, we were like, oh wow, who's the dad?
Yeah,
because we thought it should have been, all clowns, and I think we ended up with one clown, and the rest were not even like we weren't really even sure what exactly they were, because we weren't exactly sure who the dad was until we really started, going back through our husbandry, and we're like, oh, this has got to be it. And at that time, we didn't even have the snake anymore, so luckily we still had the be able to look back and figure it out, because we were lost.
Yeah. I went through something similar to that. So I have 3 girls that are ready to breed. I bought them ready to breed, and I paired Lavender Girl with Blackhead Confusion Fire male. Now, when I bought him, he was billed as Het Lavender, but when I panel tested him, no Het Lavender.
Huh.
So, like, well, I like the Blackhead Confusion Fire quite a bit, so I'm going to get some Het Lavender into that, and get a couple of holdbacks on that one or two. And to get her going, I had paired her to what I thought was a leopard lavender, and they had locked, and this was months and months ahead of time. She was at like 5 or around 5 millimeters, maybe 7 millimeters. So she wasn't doing much. I was just trying to get her on food. I never paired her with that male again. And then I kept pairing her with the Blackhead Confusion Fire male, and they locked repeatedly. He'll lock a broomstick. He's quite the modern gentleman. And that clutch picked. The first one was a visual lavender, and I was like, wait a minute. So maybe he is Het Lavender. And I was like, well, if they're all lavender, then I'll know that other male got him somehow. Well, they're all lavender. So you would think that the first male got the clutch. But when they came out, I've got 3 that are visual confusion lavender, and 1 that might be Blackhead Confusion lavender.
Ooh. And
then 2 that are just lavender. And I went back and looked at the lavender, and I've got his shed. I'm going to send it in to double check. And he looks more leopard than confusion. So I would say he's definitely leopard lavender.
Huh.
And I looked again at the pattern real close. I've got a couple confusions in the rack and looked at them real close, looked at the hatchlings, looked at just tons and tons of pictures on Morph Market, sent the pictures to 7 different breeders and said, what is this in the lavender? I didn't say, is this confusion? I think one of them I said, is this confusion? The rest of them, I didn't say what it was. And they all came back and said, that looks like confusion.
Wow.
So, if you still want him, he's yours. He's definitely yours. I'll ship him whenever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I am pretty sure I've got 3. I got 2 confusion lavender males, 1 blackhead confusion lavender male, and 2 female lavenders, which I thought was interesting because I got no female confusions.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's been my. I wouldn't call that a mistake or breeding mistake or anything. Just kind of a
okay.
Maybe I'll send that blackhead confusion males shed back in and see if I can get any difference on the test for that lavender.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that blackhead, I haven't seen anything that doesn't go well in.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I like it quite a bit. And I think I like it a lot in tri-stripe. I like it a lot in confusion, especially if you can add like a fire or desert ghost or something in there to brighten things up and increase the contrast.
Yeah.
Because I have a blackhead confusion male that is just blackhead confusion. He's very dark, right? He doesn't look, he's pretty for what he is, but you don't have as much of that contrast, obviously. So
yeah.
All right. So anybody else in the chat, what's been your biggest breeding mistake? Brotherhood, exotic morphs, you got a big breeding mistake you want to share with the group? Share your feelings with the group? Going once, going twice. You got to be quick on the tiny phone. All right. What's next, Bobby?
Let's see here. Next, we got things new keepers swear are true but aren't.
Things snake keepers swear are true but aren't?
Huh.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think one thing that comes to mind, and I don't know if this, I wouldn't say this is what snake keepers swear is true, but isn't. But I did that, the scent in the room with the chicken bone broth, and I was told that wasn't really going to work.
Yeah.
Not by everybody, just by a few people. And it works great. I mean, it works fantastic. Snakes will get stuck on eating ASFs.
Yeah, we were told that.
So is that live ASFs versus live rats, or is that live ASFs?
Some people tell you if you feed ASFs, your snakes will get stuck on ASFs, but we feed ours ASFs, rats. I mean, just switch them back and forth, and they don't care.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's the big one. You can get rich doing this.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're buying a depreciating asset that's depreciating fast, and you're trying to make something that is unique out of that so that can depreciate in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not it's a business plan that only works if you move really, really fast, and you got to move even faster now.
Fast and have deep pockets.
Yeah, yep. Have deep pockets. That's right. Definitely true. This is a poor man's game. Is it a poor man's game or is it a rich man's game? I think nowadays you got to come into, if you're going to do ball python specifically, you got to come in like a wad of cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not just that, you got to know what to buy. So you need to hire a consultant.
Absolutely.
So, Umbala, thanks for coming by. We're just chatting about mistakes. What's your biggest breeding mistake, or what are we on? What's something that breeders say that is everybody says is true but isn't?
Yeah, we can go back.
That's what we're on now.
Anybody wants to chime in? Can I put them up on the screen? Let's see. Can I do that? Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
If anybody wants to chime in, we can go backwards a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is that's key right there.
That's true too.
You got to have some people that are knowledgeable that you can bounce things off of, that you can trust.
Yeah,
100%. It's hard to find those. That's like kind of a needle in the haystack.
Yeah.
No, it's an interesting community, that's for sure. So yeah, you got to buy your snakes slowly and pick your friends even more so.
Yeah, so true. We bought all of ours as babies. You know, we wanted to grow them up and, you know, kind of learn as we go. And so we weren't in any condition to have any clutches for at least the first 2 years.
Right.
And it actually was a little bit longer than that. And then we had the first year we were like really thought we would get some clutches that year. We moved the rooms because we got a new rack, and when we did that, every single one of them absorbed, and we're just like, it was actually our third or fourth year before we got a clutch. Yeah, keep your finger group small.
That's right. Brotherhood says, had a snake that didn't eat for months, fed it an ASF, and she ate and has been on regular rats ever since.
Yeah.
So I try to go between live ASFs and frozen thawed rats and mice. I have live mice. I'm working on live quail. So I might, because I want the snakes to eat equally frozen thawed items and live.
Yeah.
So whoever gets the snake, you know, if I sell a snake to somebody, whether it's a keeper or a breeder, they've got some options.
So you do ASFs and then buy your frozen thawed rats?
Yeah, I buy Tyler's frozen thawed rats and I raise ASFs and mice, and I've got some quail, and I'm going to be setting up a system to have some more quail. So I'll have that as an option also. Because one of the things. So it's not a breeding mistake, but it's definitely a breeder mistake. So I breed the live ASFs.
Uh-huh.
We moved, you recall last October we moved.
Right.
And I brought all the ASFs over, and this house is massive. It's 4,200 square feet. It's got a massive Ooh. Basement. Huge rooms, right? The snake room that I'm in here now, because it's the reason why my voice echoes so much and it sounds terrible, is this is a 16 by 30 foot room. And then I got a 16 by 20 foot room next to me that's got the rats in it, the ASFs and the mice. Yeah. So lots of room here. Moved all the ASFs over. What's that?
Are you down in the basement with your snakes, or just one of your rooms?
Yeah, I'm down in the basement. That's why you got this old school basement window up here.
Oh, okay. So
I put them in a room, and the room already had like a built-in shelving for canned goods and whatever. I sound really good, she says. It's just because you like me. And put the ASFs in there, and it was moving, and it's stressful and everything, and didn't really pay too much attention to two things that I think are really important. Didn't pay attention to temperature, because it was in the low 60s in that room. And I'm told, the temperature gets too low, ASF production drops. But I hear mixed things, right? Some people say it doesn't, some people say it does. The other thing I didn't do is I didn't keep the day-night cycle going. So I left the light on, and I got in the habit of just leaving the light on because I was in and out doing stuff nonstop. So I left the light on.
Yeah.
And my ASF production went to 0.
Really?
Yeah, just boom, 0. And, I actually talked to Holly about it. And, she was like, well, they're probably aged out. I was like, that could be it too. But I had colonies that were different ages and everybody
Yeah.
stopped at the same time.
Huh.
So I switched out all my colonies. I put a heater in the room to keep it at 75. And now day and night cycle. I don't keep the light on. I shut the light off.
Right.
Now production's back. I've got oodles and oodles of pinkies in every bin. So that was an interesting thing to me. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it could have been a combination of all those things actually. But I know you guys do ASFs, and in talking to Holly, there wasn't really I think she mentioned that like 60s isn't really an issue for the ASFs in terms of breeding. Yeah.
No, I think it seems to me like it definitely picks up a little bit when it starts getting spring and then summer. But then when it gets too much summer, then it seems like they slow down some.
That's because it's hot, right?
Right. But like we're, we keep our garage 68, 70, somewhere in there in the winter, just because it's not, very well insulated. So that little heater in there, that's about all it'll do is just, keep it at that. But it doesn't ever get cold out there as much as we can help it,
Right. Right. Yeah. Brotherhood says went through a rough patch for a little over a year. Just getting back into it. That's good to hear, man. Son was doing it with me. Now he moved out to another state. Now it's just me.
Oh, dang.
Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're adjusting okay to that. And the move was a good thing, not a bad thing. But yeah, for me, it's just me doing the day-to-day, but the wife supports it quite a bit. She handles logistics. We just did a bunch of NITO testing, and it's easier when you got a third arm. A third leg doesn't really do much for you, but a third arm helps quite a bit because there's a hand attached to it. And so you can, with the bigger snakes, because I've got Angolan. I got an Angolan girl that's pretty big and nice. Got to train my youngest son and my wife to help me out. There you go. Yep. I've got helpers too. My 5-year-old, she's really good at sexing ASFs. She's right about 50% of the time. So that's helpful.
Holly will get out there sometimes, when I'm at work and knock the rats out, and then we just got to try and, get the snakes throughout the weekend and the week, keeping up with them. And
yeah,
when Casey was living here before she got pregnant, boy, those two would go out there, and I kid you not, it was amazing how fast they would knock those rats out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they went out there one time and it seemed like it was like 30 minutes and they were back in done. And I was like, there's no way.
Brotherhood says he misses breeding the rats and ASFs. If you do it again, he'd only breed ASF. Why on earth would you ever miss breeding rodents? I hate breeding rodents. I don't like rodents, period. I mean, ASFs at least don't stink. Tara says her and her husband do the snakes together, but the rats and ASFs are all hers. I was hoping when I first got the ASFs and the mice, my wife was very interested in it, and she liked the interactions and stuff like that, and she even picked a favorite mouse. And I thought maybe she could take the lead on the rodents because I hate it. And then we had a new mom ASF eat her babies. And then she was like, nope, I'm out. Like she's totally out. Like she doesn't even go in the rodent room. She's done.
Oh, dang.
So I lost that one. I was like, oh, dang it. But no, she's good. She helps out quite a bit with other stuff. Like I was saying, we did the NITO testing. And so, I'd cradle the snake and hold the head, and she'd go in there and do the swab. So. Oh, apple cider vinegar in the water. I never thought of that. Yeah, the ASFs, I don't have much of any smell at all. It's pretty nice. I keep them pretty clean. The mice actually smell more than the ASFs do.
They do.
Um,
We had mice when we first, got back into the ball pythons, because we had some, 2000, I think it was like 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. And the house we were living in, we used a wood burning stove for our heat. We didn't have an actual heater in the house, and it was too hard to keep everything husbandry wise the way it was. And we sold everything. And then when we got back into them, I don't remember how we got mice, but we ended up with mice for a while. And
nobody knows how to get mice, by the way, just so you know.
Mice are way worse than rats and ASFs. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have 3 colonies of mice, 5.1 or 1.5s for each mouse colony. I like them because, they're easy to start the hatchlings on. And if I need to bump somebody up, or if I get, like my males, if they go off with food, I put a mouse in there. They almost always get the mouse.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to get them started back up. So, and plus, if I'm fattening up a female, I'll toss an extra mouse in there as well. So, brother, it says he had a variety of rats. I didn't know there were varieties, like Norway rats and what else? I was crossbreeding, trying to see if I can make different ones. I think you might be kind of weird. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right, what do we got for what's next on the list of questions Holly's given us?
What's next? Facebook group nonsense of the week. Oh boy. Huh.
Wow.
I have to think about that one for a second.
Yeah, what is it? What group is it? Is it everything ball pythons, or I can't remember what it is. But every time I go in and I read in that group, there's somebody fighting with somebody.
Yep. Always.
Yeah, there's a lot on the tub. I see a lot on the tub discussion.
Yeah.
How dare you keep your snakes in tubs? How dare you? Well, in my opinion, that's very species specific. I think I have 40 ball pythons. I have a bunch of Angolan pythons. I have the Sanzinia, Madagascar tree boas, the dwarf berms. And I will tell you, I think that the ball pythons 100% prefer tubs over enclosures.
Oh yeah.
I think I might have 2 ball pythons that would do okay in an enclosure, and those are the ones that are usually, not curled up in the back over the heat, or they're out in the, that you pull up in the tub and they come out and they're like, hey, what's going on? They act like an Angolan. The Angolans, I've had them in tubs because I moved and I'm building enclosures for everybody slowly, and they don't like the tubs. They seem to be anxious, defensive, and they do a lot of rubbing. So I would definitely say it's species specific. The dwarf berms, they don't seem to mind either way, although I think, so even when they were real young, like, just under 200 grams, I put them in 70 series tubs because they were so active. And, they seem to be doing just fine, but I think they might do a little better in an enclosure.
Yeah.
So I've got enclosures for them that I'm going to be building. I mean, I've got a whole stack of enclosures. I have to get to it. So, and that usually means doing it all at night. So what does the chat say? Any Facebook, well, now the chat has gone the way of the rodent breeding. So let's catch up with that. So brother, he was breeding curlies, gray with red eyes, big ears, small ears. Are these all Norways? I'm guessing different. What do you want to call it? Breeds of Norway.
Yeah.
And Tara, smartest one in the room, Nothing for her on the Facebook drama. I don't get on Facebook unless I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Referring to coat types and colors. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So I'm assuming that's all. Is that ASFs or is that just Norway's there, Mr. Brotherhood? Let's see, Holly. Half of them have never kept a snake, but they know more than breeders. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. With Google and AI, everybody knows everything. So Watts Minor says hello. Thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated.
Norway's.
It says Norway's. So fancy Norway's, it sounds like. I didn't know there was more than one way to breed in Norway. I guess the hooded rats are Norway rats, right? The black and white ones. So, all right. Nobody cares about the Facebook groups, which is good.
Yeah. No. Okay.
What else we got?
Let's see. Oh boy. Would you rather reptile edition? Huh.
Would you rather? Okay. All right.
Chime in on this one. She wrote them.
Would you rather? Let's see. I got to make this comparable. Would you rather have pastel in every single snake in your collection, or would you rather have everything as a visual clown?
Dude. I would probably have to say everything a visual clown because I'm not a pastel fan at all.
You're Holly. Would you rather have your money back or keep breeding?
Money back when we originally bought them or at this point?
Right. I would imagine probably everything you've invested. See, Brotherhood says he'd rather have pastel. Holly says visual clown. Tara says pastel. And she says keep breeding. There you go. I think I'd rather keep breeding. I mean, having the money back would be nice, but I mean, I don't know. Life's about having fun and learning things. If you got 100K in the bank and you're not doing anything, is it like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right?
Very true.
Holly, give me my money back. Oh, come on, Holly. You fix your attitude, lady. You know, there's nothing better than breeding reptiles. What else are you going to do in life? Watts Minor says market bottoms suck. It will pass. I agree.
Yeah. It's like anything else. There's highs and lows in just about every industry that you're in.
Yeah. Yep. That's one thing that doesn't change. Economics are the same regardless of the industry, or I should say economic principles.
Mm-hmm.
And Holly says she's got a grandson on the way. Yeah, that's right. You got a grandson on the way. And what are you going to do? You're going to teach him how to take care of snakes and breed snakes and rats and all that stuff. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's your excuse for a farm right there. That way you can say, yeah, I worked on my grandmother's farm. Oh, really? Yeah, her snake farm and her rat farm. Spend the money on him. Well, spend the money on him, or you could spend time with him doing stuff. That's the way I see it. And when he screws up, you can smack him.
Snake farm.
That's right, snake farm. You know what else I noticed? Like all the breeder names, at least the ones I've come across, it's always something exotics. It's always, something like that, something morphs. I have not seen, Jerry's Snake Farm or Snake Farm Unlimited or something like that. Like I figured somebody would have snapped that up, right off the bat.
Yeah, you would think so.
I mean, I've seen what we got. we have tripping balls. We've got. I just came across. I think it was your daddy's balls. Did you put it out there? Your daddy's balls.
That sounded so wrong.
Yeah, he's holding 2 ball pythons like this.
Yeah.
A big smile on his face. There we go. What do we got here? Tara says she's team cryptic. Well, I do have a few clowns. I've got some cryptic. I like the cryptic quite a bit. I think I like it just because it's not as common as clown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got finger snakes.
Finger snakes. That's Phil, isn't it?
I don't know who finger snakes is, but that's a good one.
Phil.
And we got, we got balls deep.
Yep.
Imagine, a 10-year-old kid going to their mom after a show. Mom, I want to buy a snake from Balls Deep. What? Yeah, I want to buy a snake from Balls Deep. All right. And Watts Minor says yes, or I'm sorry, Tara says that's Phil. I'm not sure what's going on here. Is Watts Minor Phil? Is he Phil?
I don't know.
Or is Finger Snakes Phil? Who knows? I don't know.
They're either both Phil or it's the same person. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
what do you got? You got anything to ask on a would you rather? Their Big Bad Bobby?
No. My brain is mush today. Okay, so he is finger snakes. That is Phil. Okay. Good.
Watts Minor is Phil, who was also finger snakes.
Yep. So he's both. We were right on both. That's who we got our lace clown from.
Gotcha. All right. Last chance, chat. Would you rather give us a question that we can make fun of? Get your tiny phones out. Get the little keypad. Going once, going twice. Finger snakes, you figure with a name with finger in it, you'd be able to type something up pretty quick. Maybe not. Maybe he's missing a few fingers. All right, what do you got, Bobby? Is that it? That's everything? We didn't run through it all already, did we?
Yep, that's the last one I have, unless I'm missing something. Let's see.
I
already know the answer.
We're not answering that question. We'll leave that one alone.
Pass.
I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, Holly, definitely, of course, Holly. Yeah, Bobby's terrible.
Yeah.
Who wants to do a show with Bobby?
That's right. That's right.
So let's see.
How many clutches have you had this year?
So far, I have had one so far. My season doesn't start until March, April.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pairing, and if I get clutches, it'll probably be between October and December.
Oh, okay.
It looks like Brotherhood would rather do it with Holly too.
Yeah.
So sorry, Bobby. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, what can you do?
That's right.
Right now I'm pairing. I've got a couple different things going on. I've got my tri-stripe stuff that I'm working. I've got my male. I'm not exactly sure what he's up to right now. He's not super motivated. My tri-stripe male, anyway. And then I've got a hybrid pairing that I'm doing. So I've got an Angolan python male, pairing him with a dreamsicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does do a pretty good job. Better than I was expecting. Actually. And then what do we got going on? This chat's popping. Sorry, it's settled, Bobby. You're the new host of.
Oh no!
Wait,
how did that get settled? Because everybody said you. is it opposite day?
Holly, you're better looking than Bobby. Come on. Sorry, Bobby, but I'd kill to
Right.
be in person with Holly. Look at that, Holly. I don't think it's settled at all.
Your fans need you.
Yeah. And Finger Snake Phil said he's had one spotted python clutch so far, expecting a few ball clutches. Spotted pythons. That's cool. I like it. I like seeing some of the other species out there. And then Brotherhood's lying through his teeth. Bobby does an awesome job. He must owe you money or something. So let's see. Tara is my new fit. Nobody's talking about me. I guess I'm getting a little jealous here. Good advice, though. Don't let Holly bully you. Yeah, it's the Snake Sisters Power. Serpent Sisters. I'm sure that's got to be a breeder name out there. Serpent Sisters.
Got it.
Excuse me. So, yeah. So I've got the Angolan in the Dreamsicle, and they've locked every time I put them together. They're quite a good couple. Very healthy relationship. Very supportive of each other. No, they cuddle nonstop. I mean, I put them in there. The first time I put him in there, the male Angolan, he was new, right? He's a virgin, not ever seen any lady snakes. And he was definitely ready to go. I put him in. He went directly over to her, and within maybe 15 minutes or so, they were locked. And every time I put him in there, they've locked, and that's been going great. My tri-stripe male, I'm not sure if he's locking. He might be a lock-in, get it done, and then get done kind of guy. But I've not seen any action from him. Hopefully he has been. Hopefully there's been some locks, and I just haven't seen him. And I've got him going. So he is OD, Blade, Leopard, Tri-Stripe, Het Clown. And I've got him going to a Leopard, Het Clown female, and Lavender female, Lavender Het Clown. And I think that's it for him on those. All of my other girls are just barely like 1,400 grams. So I'm waiting. I'm going to give them another season. Let all the inventory on Morph Market drop some more.
Yeah.
And get some snakes in there. Watts Minor, Finger Snakes Phil says maybe I should do a hybrid. Spotted balls. Phil, I would take the maybe out of that sentence. I should do a hybrid. I recommend it. As long as they're healthy. As long as the outcome is healthy hatchlings, I don't see anything wrong with it. But I mean, who am I?
We've got an interesting clutch coming up. I think that's the one that's due on the 8th of May. She's a spot-nosed yellow belly Het Clown proven female to a pastel stranger Het Clown.
Oh,
so
I like that.
We're interested to see what comes out of that one. And then we've got another clutch in the incubator. She's a super orange dream calico Het hypo.
Ooh.
That we bred to our Mojave Hurricane Het hypo. So
wow, if you ended up some without the Mojave, I would be very interested. If you had an OD Hurricane Calico, yeah, I could be down for that for sure. Further, it says it's got a male red stripe spot nose clown to a female cypress. First clutch, girls will be ready in a few months. Nice. I like that pairing. I love red stripe. The spot nose is nice. I think red stripe and cypress is pretty sharp. I like cypress quite a bit too, actually. I don't know why I don't have more of it than I do.
Yeah,
But,
we had really good with Cypress last year. He's actually not even in the breeding. Oh,
Yeah.
she's a visual hypo? Oh, that's right, she is. Okay.
Yeah, and I agree with the Brotherhood. I like calico and sugar. I think it looks nice, real nice, especially if you could get high intensity OD with that. That looks pretty sharp. I don't know. Do they call that scrambler? I'm not going to get into that one. Everybody's all up in arms over that one. So moving on.
Special lace clowns.
Watts Minor says he's going for Starburst Grail and Super Special Lace Clowns. Oh,
Ooh.
you should check out Red Onion. Is it Red Onion Reptiles or Red Onion Balls? Bear?
Oh, yeah, bear.
He does a lot of the
Grail.
Holy Grail stuff. This stuff's it's looking pretty sharp. I like lavender, but I wasn't not really making it a major thing. I mean, I want to see the tri-stripe in it, but he makes you, second guess yourself if you're not into it.
Yeah.
Tara's got pastel sugar and OD trick het hypo. That's nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the OD and sugar together, OD and calico, I think looks really sharp.
Yeah.
Maybe black pastel, Starburst Grails.
That'd be nice.
He's already getting rid of the Cypress. Once she lays, she'll be moved to someone else. Yeah, Red Onion Reptiles, great guy. Yep.
Yeah, we got our banana. The first banana that we got, he's a mahogany.
Yeah, Holly loves a good banana.
He's a mahogany banana clown, and he will not walk, or we haven't seen him walk with anybody. And I think we've got him with 2 or 3 females this year, and it's just like, nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Let's see, turn that off there.
Barnhart Yellow Belly and the chocolate anchi acid. I'd like to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
That's the Barnhart and chocolate. Excuse me, with the yellow belly. Imagine that's pretty cool looking. Put some pictures up if you don't have them on your Instagram, Tara. You probably do. Go look. Barnhart black pastel, blackhead het clown male waiting to make his mark in my racks. No?
Yeah.
It's blackhead in the Barnhart black pastel. Nice, nice. Nice.
Yep. We got
All right, well, what else
we got? Barnhart, was it Barnhart black pastel? I think it's Mojave clown that we're waiting to get up to size. Might be more than that. She'll probably tell me in a minute. I think he's actually more than that.
Right on.
Right on. Well, seemed like our season started early this year. I think we're already on 5 or 6 now this year.
When do you guys I was going to ask when you guys start pairing, but I think the better question is when do you start seeing follicles develop on your girls?
Yeah. I don't remember when we really started seeing them.
I don't necessarily disagree with Mr. Brotherhood here. Everyone needs Barnhart.
Yeah.
I wouldn't throw it out.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so for me, I think because I'm so far north, I think the day-night cycle has more of an impact on my snakes. So I don't see much of anything until the days start getting longer in like March, April.
Yeah.
like nobody's developing any follicles. I mean, I'm like 5 to 8 millimeters on everybody. And then right around this time, March, April, I start seeing, follicular development getting up near 10 millimeters. And usually I wait till around 10 and then start pairing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like if there's a girl that I really want to try, I'll just pair her in the spring, even if she's 5 millimeters, and see if I can get something going.
Right.
But for the most part, nobody really starts to develop any follicles till the days get longer. Because I'm at fairly high northern latitude, so winters are really, really short days. I think even with the lights in the snake room, I don't think. See, that's weird. Yeah, I don't start until the spring. Like November, there's eggs here. It's like Christmas. I like it, actually. I got the one clutch on December. Well, they first one pipped on December 31st, like in the evening, like New Year's Eve. And so that was kind of cool. So, but yeah, like everybody, like Tara is October, you guys November.
Heck.
He does it in January. Where are you at, Phil? Finger Snakes, Phil. Where are you located? What's your geography?
I think he's in Pennsylvania or something like that, I think.
Okay. So yeah, someone said about dropping the temps kind of low for the girls for a couple of days when they start growing follicles, then turn the temps back to normal and they grow faster. Yeah, so Mark Mandick does that. Sorry, Marcus Jane. Corey Woods does it. These are Canadian guys, so it kind of makes sense. I know for me, my snake room gets cooler in the winter, obviously. I keep the heaters at the same temperature and kind of let nature do its course a little bit. Like it's been sitting 73, 70, 73 to 75 up till about this month. And then now it's bumping up. Like I've watched the temperature and now we're sitting at like 75, 76. In July, it'll probably be 78. I might hit 80 in here.
Yeah.
So I do see that in my snake room. That probably has, something to do with it.
We've got one of those little Mr. heaters in our snake room. We close, like in the summer, we close the vent into the room with the AC and just keep that little heater in there on a thermostat. But for some reason, we have it set on 76. But for some reason, if you bump it up to 78, it'll set off the alarm on one of those racks in there. It's like, I don't know if it's the heat traveling up when it gets to like the middle or something. It's
the temperature differential alarm.
It starts throwing alarms, and you got to go in there and switch things around, turn the heater off. But if I leave it on 76, it'll run 24/7, set at that temperature all the time and never have a problem. But
I gotcha. Sorry, Tara, I forget what this was in response to.
Huh?
Oh, Holly's tapping out already. Give me a break. Come on, Holly. It was right at 7 o'clock. She said, I'm out. So, well, yeah, we're at an hour. We could probably keep going here, but I think we'll probably call it anyway, because I think Bobby's probably got some waiting on Holly to do. See, Holly, I'm always looking out for you. No thanks. No thanks for it. Oh, she can't afford Bang. Yeah, well, I can understand that one. Yeah, you're East Coast. Yeah.
When they got their own group that you can be in and all that, and buy into that program, it's like, whew, a little out of our range.
Yeah, I hear you.
It does look nice though. Why is that?
All right, folks. Well, hey, it's been a good show. The chat was was kicking. Thanks to everybody that was talking in the chat. Tara, Finger Snakes Phil, Brotherhood Exotic Morphs, much appreciated. Holly, of course, it's her show. Should be getting any credit for that though. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for stopping by.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good rest of your week and a good weekend. And
yeah, shout out to Rafi and Jamie. They've got stuff going on. Jamie's got family in town, and who knows what Rafi's doing. He's probably stuck in an airport somewhere.
It's my birthday this weekend, so if anybody,
Oh, that's right. Everybody say happy birthday to Big Bad Bobby's. This is his 60th, by the way, guys. So,
60th.
Yeah.
53. Come on now.
Yeah, same. Pretty much it. So, all right. Peace and chicken grease. There you go. There's your first happy birthday from Tara.
Thank you.
Yeah, second one. All right, guys, that's enough. Send them happy birthday wishes on your own time. All right, everybody. Take care. Thanks for coming by. Have a good one.